Yeah, Tony, let me interrupt you. We have like 90 seconds before the show ends. I think we can still keep talking, but it may not be that way. But in case we do
I have to get going here, Bill.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk.
Thank you so much, Tony. There's a lot more we could talk about. Is there, again, could you repeat your website that we could go to, find out more?
Yeah. 221 ST, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, Century, CENTURY, IDEA.com. 21stcenturyidea.com.
Wonderful. No, you've been a wonderful guest. Thank you for your patience. And we try to bring the creative side of the literalness of life. There's many views, but we try to see the creative side and then go on beyond that. So you've been fun, Tony.
Yeah, it's too bad that we were under because I was really agreeing with everything that a gentleman, I forgot his name, who was talking. But I was going to answer with him all of that. Yeah, but to stop all that, you got to have a place to do it. You got to have a roof over your head. You have to have the infrastructure to do it in the right way, to respond to that, to start it. And everything he said, I agreed with.
Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. The show is not being recorded anymore, but we're still on with the guests. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you again, and we love to have people like you on that are doing something, taking the risk, and doing something of benefit, especially for the environment these days, which needs a lot of help. So you've got a model going on. Let's see what happens. We may get in touch with you in the future, because we're also looking at self-sustaining communities and seeing what we can do to offset what the governments are doing of the world, which is basically destroying everything. So we're also looking at something that makes sense. So thank you for all your good work.
Well, I had a chance to look briefly on your new vessel project, and it looked really interesting. God, there's so much information you have in that. So I definitely want to learn more about what you're doing, because everything that we, as a group of, let's say, people that are making efforts to try to move in the right direction regarding our environment, we need to synergistically work and collaborate with each other with the idea of just like I like Elon Musk's decision to just open up his patents and technology to everyone. We all have to work together on this, and there's enough prosperity and sustainability there for everyone, especially when you're dealing in an environment that is a very efficient way to work and live in.
Right. Well, we're here to help guide people and educate them. Just for example, if you've heard of primary water at all?
No, I haven't.
Primary water is basically there's more water underneath the earth than there is on top of the earth, and water comes from the inner earth in the form of condensation, and it creates the rain and snow and all that. So it's a renewable resource. Actually, it's not what we've been told. So there's water for everybody, plenty of water. It's just getting to it and bypassing the propaganda that we hear. But things like that, we help people understand what's really going on in the world. And you can go to wonderfulworldwideeducators.com if you want to find out more about what we're doing. www.
Hold on. Let me write this down. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, www.wonderfulworldwideeducators.com.
Wonderful.
Worldwide Educators.
World.
Yeah, wide educators.
Plural?
Yes, plural, educators with an S.
.com?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
we're all over Facebook. We're all we've got lots of other Blog Talk Radio shows. We've got Skype events and groups. So we're just getting.
Who was that man talking?
Is it Bob or Mike? Bob was talking about
the man that was talking when the communication went down.
That was Mike. Looks like he had to leave, but yeah, he has his views. He's part of the guests here that we have, Mike and Bob. So he has his particular views, and that's why we have, we have the literal side and we have the creative side, and like I said, that it goes from literal to creative or your imaginative to what we call the real side or the real reality. It's like a process you go through to become more aware. So people have
That's
their.
That's great that you're doing this, Val. I mean, you're taking an approach to that. That's great.
Somebody has to do it. So we're yeah. So yeah. Does Tim have another? Tim, are you still here? You have a question for Tony?
Oh, I'm still here. Oh, I was just thinking about the communities and about how it would work for growing the food to be self-sustainable. Of course, we'd have to have a water source, either get to the primary water, which sounds like you have to drill into the earth very deep, but then you have plenty of water. And, of course, you got to have the right climates for what you grow in places, or give it artificial light or whatever it needs, warmth. How do you see that about growing the food for the communities?
Well, there are many new kinds of agri-technology breakthroughs to grow more food with less water and more efficiently. Integrating seed technology with the agricultural systems, managing energy, managing water, all through your smartphone, actually. And ways to produce food, like vertical agriculture, is a good example of having, become more sufficient in the way, or self-sufficient in the way you produce your own vegetables, let's say. You can do it collectively and you can do it independently. But, there's so many breakthroughs now in agriculture, permaculture, new kinds of microorganisms, positive energies going into sustainable agriculture, restorative agriculture. It's very, a lot is happening in that area.
Yes, and then each community can develop their own, according to their environment, their own system of produce, producing their food and how they want to deal with basically everything, the law, any kind of laws or things like that. Once people lose the agreement to live under what we have right now and start their own communities, they can develop any way they want, where it will make sense, just like the Indians used to do. Each tribe had their own little ways of managing people, which was very little managing had to be done. They just, because they lived basically with just the sense that everybody's trying to survive, and so they support each other. Once you get that kind of attitude that everybody's watching everybody's back and supporting each other, especially the children and the elderly are being taken care of, then it's a lot better. You're a lot better off in terms of survival. So Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off, Tony, and again appreciate your time spent with us, and we'll be following. We'll stay connected here because, like I said,
yeah. Let me respond to some of that information you sent. Thanks for sending that.
For sure, yeah, we'll keep in touch because.
Maybe let's have another conversation about, because of what I said in my email. We're out there seeking some seed capital, possibly people that we know, or we can work together. We can make referrals to sources that might not be interested in this, but they're interested in this.
Mm-hmm.
So we can work together that way.
Exactly. We can support each other, and that's just makes sense. That's the way life works. That's the way the animals they support their own and live in communities and survive the best they can. We don't need this distortion that we get from the agendas that the governments have set up right now. It only makes sense to work together.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to be doing that more so. At least our generation and the ones that follow have to go in that direction. That's what the scientists said, 12 years, and catastrophic things will happen if we don't turn this around.
Yeah, we're lucky. There's a lot going on with the chemtrails and the 5G coming in and all the pollution.
Well, I'll send you this, Val. I'll have to remember this. I got a video I took on my iPhone of this chemtrail that I have never seen before, and it was so unusual because it went right down the horizon in downtown Santa Cruz. I showed it to a NASA engineer, retired. He can't figure it out. I'll send it to you. Okay.
Well, NASA.
Was it big?
Was it big?
Was it a great big chemtrail? Oh, he probably can't hear me.
Can you hear Tim?
Say again?
Yeah. Tim asked, was a big one?
I saw a giant one, the biggest one I ever saw not too long ago, towards all north and south on the west coast here, from where I could see. It was a huge chemtrail and thick.
Okay, now the one I saw was like that, but it went right down to the horizon. So I was standing, and I got a video. I can send you this. Give me your email address, or Val could forward it to you. I was standing about a quarter of a mile from Santa Cruz, the pier at Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Quarter of a mile from there. I was close to the ocean. I looked up at this thing. I was in a parking lot. I looked up at this thing. It was real thick, but it came down onto the horizon, and it wasn't that far up. You could tell when it's and it looked like where I was facing, it'd be somewhere in the university area that came down there. It's very. I'll send you a video of it.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Might have been the same one.
Okay, well, you guys got to educate me more on chemtrails because I know that I don't know what they're doing.
Go to geoengineering.watch. Oh, geoengineering. Geoengineering.
Geoengineeringwatch.org.
Geoengineeringwatch.org.
StopTheCrime.net.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a very the fellow's been doing research on chemtrails for many years. He's very scientific, very detailed what he does. Very good information.
Wow.
Plus, StopTheCrime.net.
StopTheCrime.net.
Yeah. And then we've also interviewed him on one of our shows, too. That's Jamie Lee. And he has lots of information as well on chemtrails as well as other so-called conspiracies going on. He reported on the Paradise Fire. He went up there. And he, the lasers that they used to start the fire up there, he took eyewitness, he interviewed people that saw the lasers coming down, and what they did, they devastated the city up there in Northern California.
But what's that all about,
Well, it's land grab, government land grabs, that now that people, they can't afford to rebuild because of permits or poisons in the ground or this and that. Basically, they just, Bohemian Grove is nearby there too. They may want it for train, the train the high-speed train that they're talking about may go through there. Could be different reasons, but it's all an agenda that they have to enslave people, take the land, and do their bidding. These two websites are very good, too, to go to. And then the Wonderful Worldwide Educators, that's, if you want more answers in terms of how to get out of this matrix and to really find out what's going on beyond creation, you sing the new you sound, new you. It's a sound you can use to help you open up to your dreams at night and get answers. Your intuition will be better, and you'll be able to see more about your real awareness and to see more, basically, what's going on. So, there's a lot for you.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to process here.
There's a lot, yeah, there's a lot.
I like your sources of information. Okay, I got to get going, and thank you very much. I'll look at these websites, and we'll keep our conversation going.
Great, Tony. Thank you for being on. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank all the guests here. Thanks, Bob, for hosting, and thanks, Claudia.
We'll see ya.
Okay.